How does one navigate faith when doubts creep in, when uncertainty casts its shadows, when fear starts to loom? How do we find hope when despair seems overwhelming, when the foundation we stand on starts to crumble, when the light at the end of the tunnel fades, when being true to yourself seems risky, sometimes even wrong? Embarking on a spiritual journey that promises peace and clarity, only to find yourself questioning everything that you thought you knew. And what if that very belief once provided comfort now stirs confusion and uncertainty? Today, I want to share with you a deeply personal and transformative experience, my journey of becoming Christian, and the profound doubts that followed. If you have ever struggled with your faith, questioned your belief, or felt the weight of skepticism, this video is for you. In this video, we'll explore what does it mean to hold on to that faith while clinging to the last piece of hope in your life. Hello everyone, this is Vivek here. Let's start with my past so that you can understand my present better. I was born and raised in Nepal, where religion and spirituality are woven into the very fabric of society. Nepal is a predominantly Hindu, but Buddhism has also a strong influence to the tradition and culture in everyday's life. For me, living so close to the place where Buddha himself was born, Buddhism has an immense impact on my upbringing. Although I didn't follow Buddhism as my religion, its core teaching and principles provided me with the lens to perceive the world, the nature of our existence, and our place within. I have to tell you this. I have never been a religious person. My view towards life has always been through logical perspective and the data to back up those logics. This view has always struggled with the concept of religion because every religion, one way or other, expect us to believe in something that can neither be verified or even explained. So I always had a hard time buying the idea of religion. Buddhism does this a lot less than others, but it still had that spirituality that questioned me the very foundation of Buddhism. Now fast forward to moving to New Zealand, it brought me new experiences in my life, especially exposing myself to the religion Christianity itself. Christianity is a whole different world that I never knew existed. One of my very close friend helped me understand this world better. What I found was in Buddhism, there is no central God and the focus is on personal spiritual relationship with yourself and the understanding of the nature of reality. Whereas in Christianity, it is deeply theistic. The focus is on personal relationship with the God, the higher power, and the redemptive power of Jesus Christ. At first, I was filled with excitement and passion. Christianity offered me a new perspective, a community, a sense of purpose. You can imagine this as well. When nothing is going right, when you are losing hope, finding this new light, a reason to believe in something is immensely powerful. 2 months ago, after many conversation, experience and reflection with the people I know, I decided to embrace the Christianity. It was profound and transformative moment in my life. I can still remember that feeling of giving my life to the Lord, embracing Him as my Savior. I could feel the immense amount of weight has been lifted off my shoulder. But as time went on, I started grappling with the intellectual questions. How can I reconcile my new faith with science, history, and other worldviews. This was particularly challenging for me because I have a strong belief in science. Science relies on empirical evidence, experimentation, and logical reasoning, whereas religion often requires faith in unseen and unproven. Questions like how do I relate the scientific explanation of origin of universe or evolution itself with the biblical account of creation? The Big Bang theory and the Genesis creation story seems to conflict each other, leaving me questioning the compatibility of my new faith with scientific understanding. Even miracles. How do I understand the miracles described in the Bible, which seems to defy the laws of nature? Miracles, by their very nature, seems to contradict the scientific laws, making it very difficult to accept them at the face value. I have also faced personal struggles. Questions like why does bad things happen to good people? This is a classic question that many believers struggle with. If God is almighty and all powerful, why is there so much of suffering and so much of pain? And what is it for? How do I understand this suffering in the light of loving God? How do I align my moral compass, shaped by logical and ethical philosophy, with the moral teaching of Christianity? Certain biblical teachings and moral directives seems to be difficult to apply in such a modern and complex world. This has led to an internal conflict between my faith and my understanding of the world, to differentiate what's right from the wrong and what is the ultimate truth. After that, I talked with my fellow Christians, pastors, and some of my friends. Some doubts were answered, but others lingered around. It felt like tug of war, each side trying to pull hardest. I have to say this. Reading Bible brought a lot of comfort, but it also raised a lot of questions. Verses like Mark chapter 9 verses 24. Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. Resonate with me deeply. In order to solve this confusion, I had to find some answers. That's when I started exploring apologetics, philosophy, and theology to understand different perspectives. Books, podcasts, and lectures became my tools in this journey. And here, this is what I found. Before we get into that, if you are finding this video useful, please subscribe to the channel because your support means world to me. So this is what I have realized. Doubt is the part of faith. It is okay to have questions and seek answers. Faith is not about having everything figured out. And this alone was significant shift in my understanding. Initially, I believed that faith meant having absolute certainty. But now I learned that faith is actually a journey that involves questioning and seeking. Doubt isn't a sign of weakness or lack of faith, but it is integral part of faith itself. Through this process, I have grown in a ways I could never imagine. My faith has become more nuanced and I have learned to embrace the uncertainty. During this time, being open about my doubts have fostered deeper connection with my Christian community. And I've realized that I'm not just alone in this journey. There's so many people going through same doubts. Before you go, being Christian was not only the journey that I encountered in the last 2 months. I used to be a very shy person, but I learned to turn my shyness into confidence. If you want to learn as well, watch this video here. Until next week, see ya.